Hey, everybody. This is David from Under the Arch Sports, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about Mizzou basketball and the state it's in. But before we do that, please remember to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel and check out our Facebook and Instagram pages. Now, Mizzou finished up a stretch of basketball, and they lost four out of their five games. Now, two of those games, Jeremiah Tillman was out due to the loss of a family member. Uh, this last Tuesday's game against Old Miss was the second one against Old Miss, and Mizzou ended up losing 60-53. And at that point, everybody was back. The only game they won was against South Carolina, who's considered a bottom feeder in the SEC. And if we're looking at standings right now, because of all these losses, Mizzou is now 7-7 in SEC play, and they are ranked seventh in the league. Now, preseason, they were picked 11th in the league. So, if we're looking at accomplishments, I would say they've definitely surpassed expectations. However, based off how the season has started, they have not played well recently. And let me tell you, if anything, it looks like the team has actually reverted back to previous teams from previous years, such as last year. I know one of the disturbing trends is Xavier Pinson, who's been struggling a lot lately. And when he struggles, the team, for whatever reason, seems to struggle too. I don't get it. I can tell you the South Carolina game, the team was actually really balanced. There were a couple of surprise scores on that list, such as Kobe Brown, and then Parker Brown had himself a very good game as well. The Georgia game was one of the games Jeremiah Tillman was out, and both of those guys picked up significant minutes during the time and may have built up some confidence, which could be good in the long run. However, since Tillman is back, and then after the South Carolina game, the team just did not look good offensively. Their defense played well. However, they only scored 53 points, and there were stretches of the game against Old Miss Tuesday night where they were just standing on the perimeter passing the ball around and couldn't even figure out how to get the ball into Jeremiah Tillman. Probably one of my biggest complaints with this team this year is consistency on the offense. And for whatever reason, even though we have guards with speed, they refuse to even try, cut, or drive, or even take a dribble drive to the inside of the lane. And when you have a zone, you have to have someone willing to try drive inside or shoot over the top. Yet right now we don't have the talent to shoot over top of a zone. So because of that, the offense just looked like a hot pile of garbage. And it has been kind of looking like that. Other than the South Carolina game, it's been kind of looking like that during these losses. They look completely out of place. They look lost. They don't know what they should be doing out there. And some of it has to do with Xavier Pinson's play because, again, as he goes, for whatever reason, the team seems to go. But bigger concerns are we have a lot of seniors on this team who are our leaders, our scorers, such as Drew Smith, Jeremiah Tillman, even Mitchell Smith, and I know Drew Buggs is one of them as well. And also Xavier Pinson has mentioned that he won't be coming back next year. This really, really concerns me because based off who we have coming in, I think you're going to see a big regression in wins and how this team is going to look in the next couple of years. Just because I don't think the talent is coming in. And in the long run, they could be a good team, but they have to develop, and they're going to be really young again. My other issue is with how bad we've been playing recently. The Texas A&M game that was supposed to happen this upcoming Saturday has been postponed. So now the only game left on the season is March 3rd road trip down to Florida. And then we're in the tournaments, guys. While the losses may not have knocked us out of the SEC tournament, we're now probably going to drop from a probable 6 seed to a 7, 8, 9 seed, maybe even a 10, and strictly onto a bubble watch, if I'm being honest. Especially if they don't win a game, if they don't win another game this season. So if they lose to Florida and then they lose their game in the SEC tournament, now you're talking, will they even get in the tournament? So they really need to figure out what they're doing on offense, and they really just need to become more consistent. This team is so inconsistent right now, and it's driving me crazy. I do think on any given night, if they're playing the way they can play, they can beat anybody and they can go on a run, but they need to put it together. And for whatever reason, they haven't put a full game together lately, and it's showing. So it'll be up to Conzo Martin to figure out what's going on. Hopefully we can get a turnaround. And I know Mizzou's had a couple of postponed games due to COVID issues. It's remained to be seen from the SEC conference that they might try to slip another game in for the A&M game, or they might add a game or two this upcoming week to make up for the LSU and Vanderbilt game that were canceled earlier in the season. It's up to be seen. If they do that, it might benefit us just because we might be able to get our game back. If they don't, it's a real possibility, guys, that you could see a one and done in the SEC tournament and a one and done in the NCAA tournament. Do I think this team has the ability to go on a run? I do. But at this point in time, I'm just not seeing it. And if they don't go on a run, what do you do? Because now you're losing a bunch of your seniors and your key players. And now you're set back a couple of years again. It's almost time to look at Conzo Martin's contract and are they going to keep him around or not? But that's a discussion for a different time. For now, let's see if they can right the ship and get ready for the upcoming March tournaments. And hopefully they can prove me wrong, turn things around, and go on a run. Anyway, that's all I have for today. This is Under the Arch Sports. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned because I'm sure we'll have a conversation about Conzo Martin's contract coming up within the next couple of days. So keep an eye out for that. Have a good one.